I'm live now, but I think the only people that are gonna see the first part of this are the VOD people, so, thank you, VOD people, for watching my, my VOD. But for everyone else, if you do show up, oh, you know what, let me tweet this, actually, because I forgot to tweet. I always keep forgetting to tweet, when I'm live, you know? Oh man, the Primogen's like, he's doing some preaching. Okay. I love how the Primogen and TJ are like getting on TikTok now. I think that's hilarious. They definitely, like, they want to be influencers, you know what I mean? Like, but there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's definitely some benefits to being in. There's like major benefits to having a huge following, or like a huge network, I guess, right? Okay. So, I mean, I'm not gonna get on TikTok or anything. I'm just saying. All right, let me tweet this. Okay, so I'm debugging. Like, I was honestly doing this before the stream, and I just figured, you know what, I might as well just keep going. I know I was doing Golang last time, but, you know, and that was very exciting. And I actually got something working. But that'll have to wait, because I got onto this thing after work, and now I'm, like, really, why is this not working? Yeah, and I think I'm gonna try like uploading different files, because I might not even do this. Let's see, Ruby, Rack, file uploads. Okay. Yeah, also, like, the reason I'm doing like a file upload through Rack and not like a direct upload to S3 is I thought, you know what, like, it's really complicated. You have to do like the pre-signed URL. You've got to do a lot of stuff, right? So I didn't want to do that, and I thought maybe like local file uploads are good enough for me, you know. So I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna choose some files. Actually, I'm gonna not do that. I'm gonna go over here and choose some files. Not that there's anything wrong with the files on my computer, but I just, you know, if there is anything I don't want to show you, I don't want to show you. I just want to view the files before you see them. So we're gonna do, like, let's see, this one. Oh my gosh, it's 4 megs. Okay, let me change this. Oh my gosh, it keeps opening up on this. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing, because I can't. You're gonna see everything anyway. Actually, you know what? Let me make a copy of this. Okay, this is just my background. We went here last year, I think. I'm just gonna make this smaller so that, like, it doesn't take forever. There we go. Okay, so I think I'm gonna try to upload this one. So I thought I'm making this little. Okay, let me back up and go to the. Okay, so why am I doing this? let me explain what I'm doing here. Okay, so I made this. I was working on this thing, Yes Code, right? I'm still working on it. You know, I hate myself, and I'm still working on this web framework instead of using something that exists. I'm not completely happy with all that stuff. I have weird ADHD problems. I don't know what's wrong with me. But there's something wrong with me. I don't know why I keep making web frameworks, but I made this web framework, and you know, it works pretty well. So you can watch the older videos if you want, but basically where I'm at now is I've got to a point where, like, it's like Rails enough that I feel like I'm pretty productive. But it has some unique features, like a little spin on stuff, so that's nice. It's nice when you can make stuff your own. So the one thing that I was like, so I'm making this little to-do app, right? This, like, group to-do app. Like, you sign up, and you can, like, add to-dos, and what is this music? So you can sign up, right? But you know what? The music's really loud. Yeah, I'll turn it down a little bit. All right. I'll turn it down just a little bit more. There we go. All right, that's probably better. Okay, so so you can like add these to-dos here. I'll show you what it looks like. The application is not super important because it's mostly just a test of the framework itself. Okay, and I thought, I'm gonna make a framework because wait, do I need dark mode on this? I'm gonna make a framework because I don't think I have dark mode. Maybe I do. Let me see. System? General? There we go. Oh, it is dark mode. Okay. So so you can like add things like this, right? To do 3, right? I need get the milk from the store, right? And then so this gets added. So there's a team. There's 3 tables in the schema. There's a team. There's users that belong to a team, and there's to-dos that belong to a user and a team. I mean, it's not super important, but like it's. I'm doing it the web framework part, right? So let me make this bigger so you can see what's going on. Okay, so this my problem though is that this is all working fine, right? It uses Rack just like every other Ruby web framework. But the one problem I'm having is I thought, oh, you know what would be cool is if I could see little like profile pictures, right? Whoever uploaded or whoever added the to-do, right? So it's like the dumbest version of Asana, and I thought, oh, what can I do to like exercise the web framework, right? Like, so I want to bring in a bunch of stuff. So I have like it sends emails asynchronously, right? So like it uses Ruby 3 fibers to do things asynchronously out of the request response cycle. Which is pretty cool. I mean, I don't think there are any Ruby 3 fiber TCP servers yet. Like Puma's working on it, but they're not there yet. So I just swooped in and I just wrote like a really horrible one. But it does seem to work. So there it is. All right, so my problem though is that I want to see profile pictures, but first of all I have to upload profile pictures, right? So I have to get that working first. So when I upload a profile picture, Rack does not it does not recognize this as well, I don't even know what is up with this XML. Like, I have no idea what's going on here. So Rack does not recognize this as a multi-part form upload. And so that is what I'm doing on this stream, right? Like, all that to say, we're going to be debugging just the worst part of the worst thing live on stream. Okay, so before stream, I kind of narrowed it down, I think. Like, I thought, oh, you know what? Maybe it's this, maybe it's here, right? Like maybe I give it a PP request params, and I thought, oh, maybe it's that, right? But it looks like it doesn't even. If you look at the logs, if I look at the logs, this is how I debug everything. So you can see request started. Hello. You can see here request started, right? Oh, this is just gonna keep happening, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And then. You can see that the request was dispatched to profile edit. Oh, that's the wrong request. Okay, so here you can see request started method post, right? But then nothing else, like nothing else happens and the error happens, right? Which is cool. And then we look at the stack trace over here, right? Which I think is nicer to read maybe. So it starts to, it gets these params, right? But now I'm starting to think like I need to tell Rack somehow to tell it that it's a multi-part. But just to check my sanity here, I need to do this again, and I need to make sure that this request is actually sent as a multi-part, which it is. Multi-part form data boundary, right? Perfect. And then let's see, we can see the request data here. It's got the photo that I sent, and it's got this form boundary. I don't see any of the binary stuff, but I think that might be just a limitation of the browser. Safari, you know. Okay, so I honestly don't know where to start. I guess the first thing I should do is start at the very top, right? So like this is my own custom server, and Rack, if you don't know about Ruby and Rack, Rack needs a Rack input. It takes a hash, right? So like the whole big idea with Rack like 12 years ago or whatever, I don't even know when it was it was that, you know, we have a unified, the Ruby people have a unified like API to like build on for web stuff for Ruby. So they came up with this everything's a hash, right? So like they came up with two things: one, Rack middleware; two, this hash, right? So this is the API, this is the Rack API, right? Or most of it anyway. So you've got all this stuff, all these keys and values, and then not only that, but when you call a Rack application, you basically, the format is you make a class that has a method called call, right? It's called, it's named call, and you just keep calling those over and over like nested. So you'll start at the bottom, and then that gets called, and then the response, which is an array of status. Here, I'll show you. So here's how my server works. So I make a Rack hash, and then I pass it to the app that you give it in config.ru here, right? And then it outputs an array. It responds with an array, which is status, headers, and body. Body is an array by itself. It's parts, right? Like they call it parts. And then I output back on the socket, right? I output the headers. I also send the body parts to the body parts. That sounds terrible. I send the parts of the response body to the socket, and then it's over, right? Like, and then it closes the socket, and this all happens in a fiber, in a loop, and that's the end of it, right? And if in another fiber, so there's one fiber scheduler, another fiber schedule. And then I use just regular Ruby TCP server stuff from net server, net HTTP, net something, I forget. All right. So I think my problem is when I'm reading this request body, right? I think it's too naive, possibly. But it's weird because I look at the Rack, like I'm looking at like this error, and I see it here, right? Invalid percent encoding error in application, malformed URI. But of course my URI is not malformed. It's just when I upload a file, right? And I saw another thing that it went on for like years. Like I think it went on for like 10 years, this GitHub thing, this issue. I don't think this is it. There's a different one. But yeah, it was like someone uploaded a file and I got the same error. So like, obviously, this must be a solved problem because Rails can do it, right? Sinatra can do it, so I can do it too. All right. It just sucks to like come across old problems because you're like I'm shaving this yak. If you don't know what yak shaving is, we can talk about that. But in a nutshell, it's like bike shedding. They call it yak shaving. It basically means oh, here it is. Any seemingly pointless activity which is actually necessary to solve a problem, which solves a problem, which solves a problem. Okay, so this is how far I am in my yak shaving. I've come down to Rack 10 years ago, and I'm trying to like upload a file. Okay, all right. So let me output this. I want to do this, and I also want to. It's failing. So it gets called, the app gets called, right? And then it goes through the CSRF thing, which is good. And then here, it seems like it tries to parse nested query, right? Instead of parse multipart, like I don't see parse multipart anywhere. So I think that's probably the problem. Like it doesn't understand that I want it to be also output headers too, because it should understand that it is a multi-part and not that's probably my problem actually. If I just do that correctly, it'll probably do what I want it to do. Also, I thought I'd do this on stream because you know, you see something crazy and you don't want to get discouraged. You know, you just keep going until it gets fixed. Like if you see something like weird, you know, like oh, I took it with the A7R2, but yeah, like who cares? Like, you know, oh, so the computer spits some weird stuff at you. Like it doesn't matter. Just keep debugging and you'll get there. All right, so here's the binary data, right? It's really big. I don't want to do this again. So I can see the binary data. That's pretty much all I wanted to see. Okay, so let's see the headers. Okay, so we can see accept content length. Okay, the content length looks like it should be good for binary, I think. And you can also see the content type is multi-part form data, right? So rack must be expecting something else. So let's look at where rack parses, where it chooses what to parse, right? So you can already see it in the stack trace here. It goes query parser, that's in lib rack request and parse query. So we can just go to request. Okay. I'm seriously gonna laugh if anyone watches this. Like, this is the most boring thing I think I've ever done on stream. But I mean, hopefully it helps someone with something. Okay, so parse request, right? Or parse query. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, I should really just go back to lead code. It's way more exciting. Okay, so here, can I do this? Can I zoom in on this? What is happening? Can we zoom in? Okay, I'm just gonna do that. Okay, let's see. Post. This method supports both application X form URL. Okay, so get header rack input, right? Get header I think is a mislabeled name. I don't think that's what they mean by that. Let me go back to this so it'll actually work. Let me see. Oh, maybe because I'm doing this. Can I zoom in now? Wow, I can't zoom in. It's interesting. How do I... Wow, I really can't zoom in on this. Okay. Okay. Get header. Yeah, it's just it's just M, right? So like that's just rack input. Okay, so let's go back to post. Maybe it's just my headphones that are super loud. Let me see if I can fix that. Okay, that's much better for me. That's way better. All right. Let me see. Post. Def post. Here it is. Returns data received in the request body. This method supports both application and multi-part form data. That's what it says. That's what it says anyway. Okay, so if form data and parsable data, right? So if rack input's nil, that didn't happen. Rack request form input. I don't know what that is, but we can find out what it is. You know what? This actually might be easier if I just clone this, but I'm not gonna clone it. Let's just search here. Not that. Rack request. Oh, let's just go to. I know where it is. It's in constants. I've done all this so much. Let's see. Rack request form input. Okay. So I don't have that, and I don't like. I feel like this is weird legacy stuff, right? Like rack input you need, but then else if rack request form input equals rack input. Okay. All right, so that's not a thing, right? Form hash? I don't think that's happening. Let's go to form data. Def form data. Okay, type media type. Okay, form data media types. That looks interesting. Maybe? I'm not sure. What is that one? This is literally how I debug. It's a thing. If anyone has any improvements, if they watch on the VOD and they want to DM me on Twitter for how I can do better. Multi-part buffer size, temp file, factory. No, it's not even in there. It must be in here. Okay, there it is. Okay, so requests that do not indicate one of the media types in this list will not be eligible. Okay. I mean, I would love to abandon rack multi-part form parsing because I kind of started looking. I started looking at it and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is pretty bad. At least over the years it was. I think maybe it's better now. Okay, let me see. So parse. Def post. Right. Go back to that. Okay. All right. So I think this is where we are in this one here. So the first thing that's so set unless set header rack request form hash parse multipart rack request form hash. What is rack request form hash? Do I need to set that somehow? Let's see. It's just this form hash form input. Okay. So get header rack form vars. This looks like this is not what I want to do, but this actually has it. Set header, form hash, multi-part. So I think that's probably happening, but I can't tell. Multi-part? Oh, it actually did the thing. Parse multi-part? Okay, extract multi-part. So that didn't even get called, right? So in the stack trace, it's just it is set header rack request form hash parse query, and then it goes to parse nested query. So request form hash, def post. So it looks like set header. What line is that? I don't even know. Let's look at it. A 454 parse query. I also should be looking at the version of rack that I'm actually using. 223. Let's go to that tag. Let's see, 22 stable. Let's do that. Maybe we can assume 22 stable is. Oh, you know what? We can just do the tag instead. 222. Oh, 223. Here we go. Okay. I feel like this is the latest, but you never know, right? Okay, so where was I? Oh, request parser, right? Oh, no, it was just request. Okay, and then it was def post. All right. Well, it looks the same. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is line 454. So can I do this? Can I go to? How do I go to in GitHub? I have no idea. Is it Control G, Control L, Control F? Okay, we can see the line numbers here. 454. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's it definitely unless set header parse multipart. So it's definitely failing here. It should do this. It shouldn't even get to that line here. I don't think, because it says unless set header form hash parse multipart. Yeah, and then it rewinds it. It's trying to parse the query as a regular query. I'm not sure if that's parsing each multi-part part, or I don't think it is though, because it looks like just a regular stack trace until it gets to here, and then it's not looking great. It just goes straight to parse nested query. Okay, so how do I get this to, let's see, parsable data? Let's look at parsable data. Let's look at the first one first. Def post, rack request format. So let's look at form data. Form data. Okay, so get header, request method, post. Okay, so it is a post. Let me make sure that it actually matches. Maybe there's something wrong with my my form type here. I'm just gonna copy it out of here actually. Let's see here. Form type, form data, media types, multi-part form data. Okay, let me just look at this one more time, just to make sure that it is actually multi-part form data. Content type, multi-part form data. All right, and it gives it a boundary. So I'm just gonna check the headers one more time. It says content type, multi-part form data. Okay. So this might be like a middleware issue too. Like I would like to see, how can I debug this? Let's see. I wonder where it's getting to. Like, this is my middleware, so I could see if it's here. Yes, static. I don't even know if it's hitting my middleware. That's the thing. I mean, it's not even hitting the router, so you never know. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I see it. Yes, static. Okay, so it is actually hitting my middleware. Okay, so which middleware? Let's try this one. Rack logger. Rack logger. Okay. Let's see. Okay, it did hit that one too. Okay, so it goes to the middleware, but it doesn't get down to what is rack content type? Let's look at that. Let's look at it. Let's look at that. Content type. Okay. Rack content type. Column status with no entity. This is all rack content type is? Are you serious? What the heck? Sets the content type header on responses which don't have one. Dude, are you serious? Text HTML is the default? That's all it does? I've been using this middleware. I mean, I guess it's useful. I don't know. Status with no entity body. But it does have a content type, right? So, I mean, we could, I can probably check that in the logger. Actually, maybe I should log that, right? Method post. Yeah, I'll log that instead. Let me change that to actually log the content type too. Let me see, start allocations. Oh, I'm also doing this cool thing that Rails does too, which is log the allocated objects on the heap, right? Which is, I thought was really cool. I thought that was like, so, that was Rails 7, like, I was like, oh my gosh, like, it's amazing. I love it. Oh, I have a radical in here still. I wonder, radical. Oh yeah, that's funny. I don't really need that anymore, do I? Yeah, I don't really need that. Yeah. Okay, I had a better way to do that. Okay, so response. I think it's just gonna be in the request though, right? Log request. Oh, common parts. Okay, let me do content type. Rack is a content type. I don't know. Let's see. We'll see. Let's see if it works. Okay, wow, it didn't like that because I broke that because that doesn't exist. Okay. All right, let's see if it worked. Content type, is it logged? Request started, pass, is that blah, 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 blah. Request started, method post, path. Oh, response finished. Allocations. No, M, that is not a thing in M. I have to actually check M, what is it? Wait, don't I have that logging already? Let me see. Oh, I do. M, content type. Then I have to check constants again, right? Alright, content type is okay, cool. Cool, great. So I'm thinking let's just do this. M keys. Okay. I also have like strings with no constants. So I think HTTP underscore content type. You know what? Someone told me that it needed to be HTTP underscore, but now I'm not sure. Right now I don't know. I think I might just not do that. Maybe that's my whole problem. Is that I was like, you know, copying some other thing, and because rack content type is clearly not that. Let me change that on my server. You know what? This is totally. I'm gonna laugh if this is totally my fault, which I'm sure it is. Let me see, rack headers. So I'm actually purposely prefixing with HTTP. But here I might just do uppercase, right, instead of HTTP. Okay, let me do that. Let's just do that. And then, oh, I don't even need to do that anymore. I can just do this. Upcase, and I'm on like a weird no parens like thing because of you know, my newfound hate for Lisp. But no, I still love Lisp. But okay, let me see. All right, here we go. Okay, wow. So that something happened. That was bad. I didn't like what just happened there. Like my browser downloaded something. Okay, let me see. So still want the part. Did it actually request started method path? Okay. What does it say here? Oh, it did. Content length. Oh no, it didn't. That's content length. Okay, so I think this is. Let me just make sure if this is working, because I think. Oh, you know what? It seems to be working though. Can I stop zooming? Can I stop zooming? Okay, nice. Okay. Oh, nope, it's not working. Okay, so it does need HTTP, I'm guessing. Maybe I should just read the manual. Read the friendly manual, is that what it is? Okay, profile. Oh, okay, so it is working. Alright. That's something else. Actually, let's debug that, because that's something I know how to debug. Team ID for nil class. Apparently there's no current user. Okay, let me bring this back. Upcase. But if you need a current user, right? Well, you're gonna actually, you know what? I can. What's really cool is I can. I mean, you can do this anytime, but I can just go current user and then jump right to it. So it says team ID for nil class, right? So that's nil. So I really need to do this. Oh, that's actually in here, current user. Okay, so I think to-dos in the home controller. Let's see, so there's no current user, but it shouldn't fail because it should just return the other one. So let me see. Okay, yeah, that's better. All right, so let me go to profile. Okay, so first of all, I actually shouldn't be able to go to profile like without that. So let me go to the profile controller, and then I will say I don't have before hooks in this framework, so I need to think of something. Probably. Yeah, I guess like the best I could do is just not found, right? Or I can say, instead of this, I can say profile edit. And then in the profile, I probably want to say, actually, no, I don't. I probably want to say current user. Usually I would say current user, right? And I would like assign user. And then I would say view. And I could just say view.user and just return the view. And then it takes a user, which is current user. I guess that's one reason why I should consider really passing in everything. I don't really think about that. Okay, so this should work now. It should return a 404. Perfect. Or at least a record not found. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, I think rack still does require that though, the HTTP. Probably shouldn't get rid of that until I'm sure that it's not the thing that it needs. Okay, so that looks a lot better. Like it's working. We're gonna say false on that, whatever. Okay, so because it's not multi-threaded. Whatever. I have no idea what that even means. That rack multi-threaded thing. Okay, I haven't gotten anywhere, but I will. Actually, why did I get signed out? I don't even know. Like, what did I do here? Okay, let me see. I've got mail. I do. Login. Click here to log in. Yep. Okay. Okay, so I'm back in with a different profile, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's see. Choose file. Gotta get back to this. There we go. Save. All right. So it's still not. It's still parsing the nested query, right? It's not parsing it as a 454. Okay, so 454 post. But then before that, params, right? 32 in params, like line 32, really? Let's look. 32. Okay, so params, and then 469. What? Okay, let's see. So this says, oh, I see, and then it calls post. Okay, that's fine. All right, so set header, unless set header form hash. I wonder, does parse multipart just fail or something? Like, it seems like it should be called extract multipart. Can we go there? Can I go there? Where is it? Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go there. Rack multipart. I mean, maybe I need it to be explicit with the as a middleware, but I don't think I do. Okay. Oh, I can zoom in on this one. Okay. Let's see. Rack utils default query. Extract multipart. Rewind content length. Get header. I mean, it doesn't even call this though, right? It never even calls this. I mean, unless I'm like, yeah, this isn't even called. I'm looking at code that's not even called. Params post parse query. Okay. Yeah. So now how do I get this to be called? Right. Oh, 454. Let's go back up. I'm so deep in this, I actually know line numbers now. That's interesting. Okay. Can't believe this is taking me this long. All right. Let me see. Rag input, rack request form hash, form data. I mean, definitely calls this parse query thing. Set header. Well, I mean, I guess I can look at set header, right? I'm pretty sure it's just env, right? Env name, yeah. And then it's gonna do set header. Rack request form hash. Okay, it's just that constant parse multipart. Unless set header. I mean, shouldn't it at least call that though? I mean, because it does do this. This is a form vars slice parse query. Unless set header. It never calls it though. But instead it calls this. Let's look. Right? It does. Parse nested query. Rack request form hash. Yeah. Unless set header. So the multi-part comes back as nil, I'm guessing? Or false at least? Let's see, extract multi-part. IO content length, if content length, which it does exist. Let's see. Parser IO. Parser parse, IO content length, content type, temp file. Params. Rack temp files. Oh man. Alright. Really gotta think about this. I kinda wanted to stream this too because I think if I do this and I'm on stream and then I get off stream, I'll probably solve this like really quick. I think. I'm not sure. Parse multi-part. Info.params. Get header content type. That's interesting. Yeah, I still was looking for content type though, right? In my logger. I want to see it. I want to see content type. Multipart is the most confusing thing. Yeah, it's like multipart's just like a hack, right? On top of HTTP. I definitely want to see the content type. I want to see it. I want to see it logged when I do this post request. Okay, so I see here I have HTTP, all this stuff. Content length, content type. Okay. Yeah, I definitely don't see like what it's looking for, which is get header content type. Does it downcase does it snake case everything? Yeah, I know. I read your thing. Like I'm so deep in thought. I was like, oh yeah, Matt's here. Oh, shoot. All right, yeah. I was like, thanks for coming in. Yeah, that was hilarious. Dang it, man. Like, I was so deep in this. How's it going? Hey, did you start that new job yet? Let me see. If I do, I wonder if I actually set it manually. Like if I set if I set this, and then if I set it to content HTTP content type, and then if I set it one more time like this, I wonder if it'll do what I want it to do. Oh, whoops. It doesn't even like that. What did I do? I broke something. Oh. Okay. Oh, it doesn't like that either. Did I? Oh, I stopped the music. Oh my gosh, I can't even see the text because oh, here we go. Okay, I started second week of May. Oh, I started second week of May. Did just get our offer accepted on our house though. Nice. Dude, buying a house, like, it's one of those things, it's the American dream, you know? Like, I will say, like, I'm like a new house person. I'm not like an old house person because I owned I owned like a new condo in back in California, and then I moved here, and I bought like an old house, but like in a really nice neighborhood, and it needed a lot of work. It still needs a lot of work, but I don't know. It's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, whatever you're into. Like, you know, like if you like old houses, that's fine. Oh, I just realized that there is no M yet. Right? It's just headers. Headers. Okay. Oh, but it's not rack headers though. So let me do content type and content type. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, let me do that. Yes. Oh, you know what? It's not even uppercase. I actually have to rack headers. We were aiming for land, gonna have around 3 acres. Oh man, you're a land person. Dude, everyone loves land. Like, it's like so trendy. Like, I don't know, all my friends are like, oh man, like I just want like, you know, at least 2 acres. I'm like why? You know, I'm gonna put some cows on it, you know? You know, have some chickens. Homesteading, it's like a thing, you know? Like, people love it. Let me see, rag headers. Are you gonna do like cows? Are you gonna have like a whole farm? You gonna get into it? Content type. Or some people are like goats. Some people like, I like goats. If I had my choice, it would be goats for sure. Let me see, oh, what was I doing? Oh, here we go, HTTP. HTTP, there we go. Cause like, you know, goats make milk. They make you can make cheese out of that milk. You're not gonna eat the goat, but you know, it's smaller than a cow. Probably less food, I would say. They look the eyes look creepy, but you know, as far as the animals go, I'd be into that. Okay, let's do rag headers here. Okay, all right, let me see. Okay, has non-string value nil. Okay, cool. All right, so it's sweet. That's great. Let me see. Is it not that then? Let me see. Rag headers. Let me just make sure what's going on here. Let's see what's happening. Okay, so HTTP accept. Wait, which one am I looking at? Oh, I'm looking at this one. Okay, that's. I need to look at rag headers. Shouldn't that have been transformed though already? Right. Shouldn't that have been transformed? Let me get rid of my other thing here. Let me get rid of that. That's fine. Okay, well, it definitely doesn't like that. HTTP, oh, here we go. Oh, I'm looking at it. Accept host, okay. So I think I just have to say for this. There we go. Considering what we want to start with, maybe ducks, since the rest of the family can't have chicken eggs. Oh man, chicken eggs. Yeah. I mean, I know people that are allergic to chicken eggs. I eat chicken eggs. I probably am allergic too, but you know, oh well. Okay, so now I'm getting like another. It didn't fail on the post, but it did fail. So I see here HTTP content type because I set it, right? I set that. Oh no, I didn't set that. But I did set content type. So now it's saying invalid CSR. Oh, is it really invalid CSR? That's weird. Did I change that somehow? That's interesting. Our kids inherited all my wife's food allergies. She's cursed them. Yeah. Oh my gosh. There is a CSRF. Are you serious? I forgot. Oh man, you know what? Like, I wasn't using ERB with content capture, but I'm getting this close because I definitely wrote this form by hand, and I thought, you know what? I didn't forget anything. Yeah, I probably also have food allergies, but I don't know, I never got tested, you know? Like, all my friends got tested, I didn't get tested. Maybe I should spend the money. Okay, so cool. So this, it actually did work, right? When I set the content type, but I had to set it manually, which is interesting. Let's see, I set 2 things. So I'm not sure what it's looking for. I think it needs this. So now I'm thinking I need to actually snake case, not just upcase. I think I need to actually snake case because I think that's what it's expecting. I think I just figured it out. It's not just upcase, it's snake case. So I have a refinement for this, but I don't know if I want to pull it in. I'll probably just say G sub any dashes to underscores, right? There we go. Okay. So let me okay, that's not working. Can't have the allergies if you don't get tested. That's big brain right there. That's big brain. Are you allergic to anything? Nah. How do you know? I don't know. Just whatever. I just know. It is funny though, like when I go to the doctor, you know, they're like, "Are you allergic to anything?" You know how they always ask you that, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't think so. I don't think I am. N contains HTTP content type must use. Wow, I'm getting weird errors now. Like, what is that? Okay, so HTTP content type must use. What? Like, what does that even mean? M contain. Like, I am so confused. Like, did I just break rack? I think I did. Your rack hash is so malformed. It doesn't even know how to do it. But it was nice to see that the request went through, the multi-part. So that was nice. Okay, so it didn't like that. So if it didn't like the snake casing. It doesn't like that. Okay, so it didn't like that. What if I just? Okay, maybe it was a CSRF thing all along. I don't know. But I didn't get that far before. So oh yeah, there it is. See? Okay, so if I don't set content type manually, it doesn't understand that it's a multi-part. I need to see what it's looking for. Like, what is it even looking for? It says get header content type, but like, where? Like, I just set it. Okay. If I just manually set this content type to rack headers HTTP underscore content type or nothing. Okay, let me see. Okay, so that definitely worked. The obviously public uploads doesn't exist, but I can fix that. I mean, I can fix that. This is interesting. So I wonder where I went wrong here. Like, is the content type, is that what the other middleware is for? There's no way. Because even the content type middleware didn't seem to... Oh my gosh, it does. Like, it takes that constant, the content type constant, and it sets it to... So it was the... It's this middleware. This middleware wasn't working. Are you serious? What is that? What is header hash? What is that? This is some kind of util thing. Okay, there's a lot going on here. I just want to throw rack in the garbage, honestly. Like, I was trying to use their stupid rack static thing, and all I want to do is say this: just if the file exists, serve it from public, right? Like, it doesn't matter what the directory is. No, it doesn't, like, I don't care. Just do it. And I came up with my own. And what it does is it says, you know, is all I have to do, because I'm not doing that like weird JSON stuff like Rails does where you put like .json in it. Who cares, right? You have the header for that. That's so weird. So I just check for the extension. If there's an extension, if there's a dot in the URL, which it's kind of a hack, but whatever. If there is, then if there isn't, then call the app. Otherwise, call the rack file server with the root directory. It's like, it's so simple. But their static file middleware like has so many cases and like it's so crazy that I could not get it to work the way I wanted it to. But I guess the dot is like kind of a hack, but oh well. I guess like you'll come across that when you come across it. URLs can have dots in them, but like they usually only do when it's a static file, right? I mean, or yeah, I don't know. Let's see, HTTP status code. The other thing you can do is actually check for the existence of the file, which is like gonna be slow, but what are you gonna do? Let's see, it's only for development anyway. Okay, so this is some kind of headers thing, and I don't really understand what it's doing. So that's happening, and then it must do something to the headers. Like I don't. It seems like it downcases all the headers, I think, or something. I don't know. Canonical is happening. Okay, delete's expensive. Cool. So this content type middleware that's going up. That's in the trash, right? We're gonna make our own. We're gonna make our own right now. Let's see. Touch. Let's see. What do they call this stupid thing? Yes. Lib. Yes. Content type. Right? Actually, I don't even need a middleware. I'm just gonna set it just like how I did in server, right? Like I don't even need this middleware anymore because now it's not. Oh, you know what? I do need it because I wanted to set it if there's a default. Wait, but I already did set it as a default in server, right here. Do I really need another middleware for this? Whatever, I don't know. We'll leave it how it is. But I think that's pretty funny that it didn't set the content type, even though it should have. Headers, content type. Oh, you know what? This only sets it to be default. Oh, okay. So this isn't responsible for that. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Let's see. When does it set the content type though? Let's look for it. Content type. I should really clone this, or at least like the first shallow thing. Media type. The media type, subtype. Okay, this looks interesting. Rack media type. Params. The media type parameters provided in content type as a hash or content type responds with the following hash. Okay, that's not super interesting. There's so much stuff in here. I just want to see when content type would get set. So content type here, it's right here, and it's multi-part form data. Okay, I gotta keep searching here, but these are the only places where it seems like content type would ever be called, or at least like set. Maybe I can find something in these issues here. Because it's definitely looking for a content type, but I think if I just set it here, like maybe there's no harm, right? I can just do that, I guess. And then that'll be fine, I think. Because it seems like it's working, so why bother? Okay. So I don't really need that content type middleware, I don't think. Right, because now I'm setting it as text HTML myself. So that's alright. Okay, so clearly I can move this up here, and then it looks like okay, like it looks like the rest of it. Look, it's working. I can't complain. Now I can get back to my thing, right? Let's see. So what was I doing? Profile, edit, right? Controllers. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Also, I noticed that I set the view as the first thing, and then so the view variable acts like the instance variable in Rails, right? So like if I set this, like if the view was like v, right, or like at or something, like if I could do this, then it would be like Rails, right? And then obviously I have to return it, but Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, I'm also, this is like kind of a hack because I want to check that the current user exists before I go to this page. So otherwise it's 404. So it's kind of a hack, but it kind of makes sense at the same time. But I mean, I don't know, whatever. Okay, so let me see. This path's not exist, but I think I can just say, I can just make it. I don't want to call in the code, whatever. Public uploads. Okay. All right, so then this was just a test, but I think it's gonna work. Let me see. All right. Nice. Okay, so that was it. It was just missing content type this whole time. I could have easily just done this, and then rack will work. I can't believe that it doesn't set it itself though. I feel like I'm doing something else wrong, but this isn't wrong. This is right. So that's fine with me. Let's see. Oh, I have to get rid of my okay, this, yeah, because that was annoying me. Okay, let's see. In the logs, looking better. Perfect. Yes, looking much better. Oh, you know what? There is some hash still. Where is that? Here, and then, and it should actually put the content type too in the oh no, it's not. It's still not. Interesting. Yeah, like if it's so weird because like this is a header, but it's snake case, not like kebab case. So I see the rack request has a content type method. Don't know what level you're actually working in though. Let's see. Yes, I have that in my router. I actually do make a rack request because I wasn't sure how to like get the params out of it. So yeah, I wasn't quite sure how to do that. Oh, you know what? This is working now, so that's good. I can get rid of that. So yeah, if I do params or request content type, and what if I don't set it at all? So by default it should be HTML, right? Yeah, text HTML, because that's what I set it to, right? And then if I upload this thing again, right? So here it says multi-part form boundary. But I bet you if I go back to server and I don't set content type at all, right? And I go here, text HTML, oh, it says nil. It says nil. It doesn't even have the content type in the thing. So if I look at request, right? Dude, I mean, rack is like so big and just like so, so crazy at this point. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm thinking about throwing it away, but yeah, I don't want to, right? Because Ruby, you know, it's like it has it. So this content type. Okay, see, it looks for content type underscores, but I don't know, like snake case content type, like where does it come from though, right? Like, because this is nil, that's nil. Like if I take this away, that's just not gonna be anything, because I set the headers as, oh, you know what? I bet you if I do this, I'll put, or just like H or something, and then I say H content type, or if I do all uppercase, right? Yeah, actually, why does the uppercase work? Why does the uppercase thing work? Is that really a thing? Rack headers expects uppercase keys. I actually wonder now. And enforce lowercase keys? Come on now, what is happening? HTTP2 makes it clear that headers should be lowercase. Okay, so maybe this is my wait, fragment validates response headers should be lowercase. Rework header hash. Oh, so they they actually having problems. That's interesting. Here's a proposed implementation. Dive down further. Blah blah blah. Okay. This is the not allowing uppercase keychains was made. So this has now been fully implemented and can be closed. To not allow uppercase header keys. Are you serious? Oh my gosh. Wait, how do I get this? How do I get this new, better rack? Like, how do I get that? Like, what version is this? What version am I on? Let me see. What? 223, right? That's the latest tag? And what about Ruby gems? Yeah, so I guess the moral of this story is that I have to set content type manually. Like, I wonder if I set it to hello. We'll just set it to text plain. No, well, I don't want to see this. I'm just gonna fail if it actually works. H. Okay, so what if I set it to text? I should see that in the log, right? Okay, so text HTML does not return true. What? What is happening? Nil text HTML nil does not return true. Is this like that was the linter, I think, right? That's the rack linter. So oh, whoops, sorry. I did that arrow thing. That was what it was. That was a Ruby thing. Okay, so it's still nil. Even if I set it to, why are you changing keys? Why am I changing keys? Because I want to. Okay, so that doesn't even work. This all uppercase, horrible. Like, this is terrible. Rack, no wonder they're doing all this stuff in the thing. You have to have this. You have to set content type without HTTP. You know what? Like, I just took that person's word. HTTP rack prefix header keys. HTTP. Oh, why am I changing the keys in the first place? Yeah, so so I looked at this Ruby 3 fiber thing. Ruby fiber, whatever. Ruby 3 fiber server. I'm mixing dash and underscore. I am. So okay, so let me try this. Let me try to do. I did do this though, right? G-sub, I just tried that. This, right? I just tried that and it still didn't work. Okay, see, it's still nil, right? In the request. Where is that? Where is that? In the router? Yeah, so this is still, you know what? Let's do that so that we can see, so that we can see it, right? There we go. So see how it's nil here? It's still nil, even if I don't mix the underscore stuff. So here we can say, you know what, let's just do puts, and then we can say request headers, I think. Can we do that? Undefined method headers, cool. What is it called? Is it just headers? Header, has header, get header, fetch header, each header? Okay, let's just say request.m, right? There we go. We can say keys. Okay. There we go. Alright. So the M should have it, right? So here we go. These are the keys that I sent in, right? So I stopped, oh, I'm still prefixing with HTTP. Let me not do that. Okay, let me stop doing that. No more prefixing with HTTP, right? I do uppercase. And then it's still nil, right? Even if I don't mix dash and underscore, right? See here, upgrade insecure requests is underscore, right? So I change the dashes to underscores, and all these are, I set those manually, but all these HTTP headers are now underscores. Do you see this? And it's still nil. Like, it doesn't understand content type. It does not get it. Also, like, I'm signed out because my rack session is failing, so that's cool. So yeah, that sucks. So, like, first of all, I prefixed with HTTP because someone told me to, and then I was like, yeah, that's working, sweet. All my middleware is working, great. And then now I add content type, and yeah, it's working again, right? Like, and not only that, but here it is, text HTML. It's like, what is this madness? Okay, so let me see. Rack, let's see. if I do prefix with headers, HTTP. Here's okay. Here we go. Consider introducing for original headers before transforming them. Okay. HTTP is an important protocol. Okay. 17 days ago. Okay, so let me see. I'd like us to see us from CGI style. Okay, here you go. This is why you have to do this. I'd like to see us migrate away from CGI style HTTP foobar headers from foobar, but also this is ingrained in Iraq that it would be almost impossible to change. Is to start changing TAC little by little, right? The first step would end rack request headers, which are the raw request headers. We can leave it at that, or we can specify blah blah blah. In any case, this allows systems which need it to access the raw underlying headers, while systems that follow the CGI M HTTP foobar continue to work as expected. So I think it doesn't hurt me to do like this thing, right? Oops. So that doesn't hurt for sure. It should still work fine, and it's probably working better now. Of course, content type still not a thing, right? Let me see. So let me see. Okay. Whoop. M contains HTTP content type. Must use. So I set content type here. And I don't know what's happening. So it's definitely expecting HTTP content type, right? Let me oh, you know what? Let me do this. Oh, no, it's definitely something's definitely. I'm getting closer. Must use. Rack lint. Let's look at lint. Let's see, because it seems like what is must use? Is that where is that? Must use. Okay. So the environment must not contain the keys, HTTP content type or content length. Use the versions without HTTP. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Are you serious? So most of them need to have HTTP, but some of them do not. Like these HTTP and length, right? Oh my goodness. This is out of control. So that means I have to I transform the headers, but then I have to also remove, right? So H delete. I also think Ruby, I'm using Ruby 3, so I can say except. I can just do this little functional, you know, get a little crazy with it. Except HTTP content type and HTTP content length. All right, there we go. Okay, so now this should work. Nope, it's not gonna work. It still doesn't understand what I want it to do. Oh, because now I have to actually set the content type and length manually, right? So now I have to merge. Okay. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to have, I'm gonna pass in headers. I'm gonna do accept, and then I'm just gonna do that manually, right? Like I was doing before. So I think I was on the right track. HTTP content length. That would be. Oh, I can't do that here. I have to do that somewhere else. Content length. Okay, there we go. Cool. Okay, so then now I can say merge, and I can just do it here. Accept. And I probably want to put a comment here like racklint doesn't like content length, doesn't like HTTP for content length type. Cool. HTTP content length, HTTP content type. All right, sweet. So this is all from CGI. It's very interesting. Has non-string value, no. Okay, cool. 0, right. Non-string value? Let's say 0. Cool. Okay, so cool. Actually, you know what? I wonder if I can just pass an empty string. Does it still work? Yeah, it still works. All right. Oh, it doesn't work. Invalid content length. Oh my gosh, it has to be a number, but a string? What if I just, let me give it 0. Oh my gosh, okay. All right. You win, Rack. You win. All right. So if I had just read the docs, I would have to do this whole stream. Oh, nope. It's still failing. Still going. Oh, you know what? HTTP content link. That's probably why. HTTP content type. Oh my gosh, the whole thing has failed. Cool. All right. So let me see. My headers look like this: content type, content length, and then text HTML. Okay, so it has that. That's good. Okay, save. It worked. It worked. We can look at the post here. Multi-part form data. Okay, so it is working with a manual content length and content type. If I don't prefix with HTTP, right? Then it actually stops working in other ways. So I can just leave that there, but if I don't prefix at all, right? Yeah, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do in other ways. Like the session starts failing, right? Like it doesn't understand the cookie because it needs to be HTTP_cookie. Rack lint, I mean, I should probably look more at lint because that has all the, another problem might be that rack headers are a class that inherits hash and overrides stuff, so your merge of headers could be breaking things. No, I mean, well, that's possible, but if I don't do, okay, what if I just don't merge any headers, right? Or what if I just don't do this, right? And I just give it whatever, right? No HTTP at all, right? That's what I'm saying though. Like, I'm only merging to get the session working. The session expects HTTP cookie. HTTP cookie. Okay, what is that? Cookie. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh. Or at least like set cookie or something. Yeah, not set cookie, just cookie. It's rack headers, and then you turn it into a regular hash. The rack headers are a class that inherits hash and overrides stuff, so your merge of headers could be breaking things. Oh, so you're saying rack would do this for me, right? Is that what you're saying? Okay, I mean, maybe. So I have to actually create a rack headers object. Let's see, rack headers. Let's see, headers. No. Headers. Header? Okay, that's. Are you sure about that? Where? Let me see. Hold on. If I look at lint again. Wait. Lint. Rack. Core X. Did I? Hold on. I gotta go to the Twitch thing. I closed it. To click that link. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Oh, see, it is brand new. Let me see. Where? February 2nd this year. Right? Add rack headers to support lowercase header keys. Yeah, that's like, and the whole thing was like they're moving to lowercase header keys because HTTP 2, right? Of course it's Jeremy Evans. Okay, of course. Every time, I swear, every time. I tested a Rodoth with the modified version of Roda, and again, hit the test. Also tested a handful of small applications based on Roda using the modified version. Blah blah blah. Dang, I mean, I should probably add tests now that I'm thinking about it. But streamlined as case isn't even reserved and is a hash subclass instead of object subclass. Added to support lowercase header keys. Rack headers. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's, oh my god, what, are you serious? Like, what is this code? Like, what is happening? This dude, he writes code like, oh, this is gonna be the most performant Ruby code. It's like, dude, Ruby, like, who cares? Who cares if your code is like gonna be slow? Ruby's already slow. Anyway. All right, well, you know, I fixed the problem. So, you know, it's, you know, it definitely happened and I did it on stream. So that was good. I didn't have to waste any time off stream. So that's good. So in the end, actually, I wonder if they still prefix with HTTP. It doesn't seem like it though, right? Yeah, it doesn't seem that way. What? There's like tests. Oh, I like went out of the file. I went to a different file. Invert fetch values, fetch down case, down case, down case. I'm definitely looking forward to doing that, but until then, until they push that into Ruby Gems, which, where's Ruby Gems? Rack 223. I don't really want to be running like a crazy version of Rack, but I guess if I have to, I will. But because I'm already doing so much other crazy stuff. So yeah, let me see. Choose file. I only copy. Perfect. Save. Oh my gosh. Oh, I forgot content type and content length. There we go. Okay, let me try one more time. Okay, moment of truth. Perfect. Yes, amazing. And then just for the heck of it, I can check my uploads, and it should have like a bunch of them. It should have at least one, right? Which it does. Cool. You know what? I can actually delete this and just to check, and then let me see. Okay, and then I can check again. Oh, and there it is, right? Nice. But I can delete it and then also ls and then check that there's nothing. And then I can do it again. And then I can even upload like different files too. Like my little profile picture that I used for like so long. And now I'll have the two files in there. Yes, perfect. One thing I wanted to do, which oh, you know what? I have to get rid of my logging. It looks horrible. Okay. All right, so it's definitely held together by like a very thin line of, you know, half reading the rack stuff. But it's good that I figured this out, although it's weird that without content length it was working, because it seemed like content length was fine. There's something in there where it's okay, but yeah. Okay, so now that I've done this, I can actually do what I was gonna do in the first place, which was wait, what am I looking at here? What do I have? Two? Okay. Which was, I was gonna do this in a thread, right? I was gonna do not a thread, a fiber schedule, do, and then that's it, right? So that's gonna happen independently of the redirect, which it's probably fine. I mean, the whole thing's in a fiber, right? So like, it didn't actually upload that yet. It has to wait 10 seconds. So I think a good example would be yes, okay, and then sleep 10 fiber schedule. So uploads, and then we'll do this. And then I check it, and nothing's happening. And then we wait like 10 seconds. We just give it like 10 seconds. And I think it should be in there now. Yeah, fibers, Ruby fibers. Amazing, sweet, like lightweight threads, I love it. It's crazy that it took this long to get into Ruby though, right? That's insane. Okay, so this is looking good. Because it's already uploaded, so I think the temp file will stick around for a little while. I don't know when it gets cleaned out, but I don't care, right? This is super simple. Like this code and this form for file uploads, dude, I'll take it. Because I went to, you know, I've done direct S3 uploads, but oh my gosh, like crazy. So I think for my purposes, I don't need anything else. Also, I'm a big fan of HTML and no quotes anymore, because HTML does it for you, right? It renders that form perfectly. All right, so that is the stream. Like, that's it. I'm gonna go out on a high note. Solved the rack situation. I have a newfound hate for rack. I already hated it, but I hate it even more. It'd be nice if it wasn't so old and like based on whatever CGI is. No, I know what CGI is, but like based on CGI, I don't really care. All right, see you later, Matt. Next stream. Shoot, what am I gonna do next stream? I don't even know. Probably I don't want to do Go, but maybe I do. Maybe I will do Go. I don't really want to rant about web frameworks again because I feel like that's getting pretty old. Maybe I'll just do more Go leak code, right? Maybe that'll teach me something. Or maybe I'll finish the code generation side of the SQL thing. And I was thinking about code generation, like, first of all, I have to figure out how to get sqlite working with Go. Or, you know what, I can use the new Go generic. I can use Go generics to do like my own little SQL code generation thing, and I can pass the generic to the function, and then the Go compiler will do all the hard work. So that'll be that. All right, so until next time, Tuesday, I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Thanks, VOD watchers.